tonight we are at the night of May 1st, 2017, and this post is about Ayrton Senna. Ayrton Senna died 23 years ago exactly, the 1st of May of 1994. And today is the anniversary, of course, of his last Grand Prix. His life ended, if you've followed sports racing, car racing, his life ended during the Grand Prix. Basically, that he was leading this Grand Prix, and he basically had a malfunction on the car, and he went straight, and he died on the spot. He didn't suffer, which is it's good for him. I think it's a good way to live until our last day, to not suffer. But Senna was a special character. You might have seen the movie about his life and the fact that he was not just a driver. He was a person, and when he drove, whether it was inside the car or outside the car, we could see the person. We could see the soul of the person, and not just a driver, not just some empty words. And of course we can maybe disagree with whether he was too aggressive, taking too many risks, and that was his personality, but I think everybody can agree that he let his person show during his life. And I'm making this post because, first of all, when I grew up, like many kids, we were all watching Formula One, car racing, and Senna was, to many of us, a role model for his ability to drive, and then his impulse and his drive, not just in the car, but his drive in life, to be honest and to be completely himself, and to not care about the outcome. And there are many examples where he would be ahead of a race, he was going to win that race, but he kept pushing and pushing until he hit a wall. And of course, in hindsight, people said, well, that was not very smart, he could have slowed down, but he kept pushing. And that's just because that's who he was. And it didn't matter that he didn't win this race, he was going to do the same afterwards. And on the whole, it served him. And on the whole, even when it did not serve him by the result, it served him by being true to himself. So he was this role model growing up. And I think as we look at life and our doings, I think we can look at Senna as a way to behave, which is that we don't know what the result is going to be, but we can all be honest to ourselves and honest to others. And if we do that, I think we will live through values like Senna, as he became, kind of an example of being able to live to values.